Hello, everyone. I'm Erica.
And I'm Akilah.
Welcome to HeartsChat.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of HeartsChat. We are continuing our series on the 5 languages of apology. And we really hope that talking about this can really help you and help you to improve your relationship. So we hope that this is helpful for those of you who are listening. So today we are talking about apology language 3. But before we get into that, let's do our check-in. So Akilah, how are you doing?
You know, Erica, every time we do these check-ins, I'm usually like, I'm pretty good. But today is not a good day.
Oh, no.
I've been trying to get concert tickets. And a lot of the bands or artists that I see haven't been touring for a while. So this particular band hasn't been touring for like 9 years. And I'm super, super hyped. I was like, yes, I'm going to drop a lot of money. I don't even care. All these things. Go onto their sites. I got on at like 11:50, to sign in. And it's been 2 hours and I still haven't gotten through.
That's ridiculous.
I was so upset. Like, I love the digital world, but I also hate it simply because it's so easy for these scalpers to come in and take all these tickets from people who really, really want to see them and sell them at ridiculous prices. Don't get me wrong. I've paid some ridiculous prices for tickets, but these were pretty reasonably priced for the band. And I was just like, now, if I want to go, I'm going to have to spend thousands of dollars for the same tickets that I could have gotten through the system. I'm just really upset.
I was thinking the same thing, like the whole digital world where you can just drive up, be there early, get in line, and get your ticket.
Yes. I would have taken the day off if that was the case. The old days and how you used to do it.
Yep. The world we live in, the digital world.
I'm so upset. But anyway, I'll get over it. Erica, how are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm just trying to figure out my next visit to Texas because both of my sisters live there now. So just trying to figure out when I can go, always ready to see my little baby niece. So I try to make my visits, whether they're coming this way, I'm going that way. So I have this whole thing about family that lives far. I want these babies to know me, okay?
Understood.
So I make the trips and try to visit and FaceTime every day. My niece, she knows me and she always comes to me when she sees me. I FaceTime her all the time. She recognizes my voice. She gets all happy when I'm on FaceTime. So I try to keep that up, I keep that same energy every time I come around. So yeah, looking forward to that.
That is awesome. And, she is so cute. I know when she gets on with you, she's like super excited.
She is something else. So, all right, everybody, let's get into our topic. So we're doing apology language 3, which is making restitution.
Making restitution. So as a reminder, we've already done 2 episodes on the 5 apology languages. The first language, number 1, was expressing regret. Number 2 was accepting responsibility. And these apology languages are written by the same person who did the 5 love languages, Gary Chapman.
So what is making restitution? So an example of that is, what can I do to make this right? How can I make up for it? I did this. It was wrong. So let me just try and make up for that. What can I do to fix things? That's basically what this one's all about.
Absolutely. And that, I feel like, goes into, you're not only just apologizing, you're asking the person what they need from you to help make it better. It's not just like you're apologizing and doing kind of whatever you want to kind of make up for it. You're sincerely checking in with that person to see, how can we make this better? What can I do? What do you need? And I think that's such an important part of any type of communication, asking whoever you're apologizing to, what do you need?
Yeah. And I think this one goes along with the 5 love languages because to make it right, what shows this person? Is a gift going to make it right for them? Is a hug going to make it right for them? They just kind of need that physical touch. What have you? It's really just going to depend on what does it for that person.
It's so important to ask, because I think a lot of times, and this goes again along with the 5 love languages, if you listen to that episode of ours, it's about figuring out what's going to work best for that person. Because oftentimes when we apologize, when we do anything really, we're basing it off of what we like. And we're expecting, I like this, so why isn't that person going to like this? Why isn't this right? But just because we like something or we like doing something a certain way doesn't mean that that's how that other person likes it or will be able to receive it. So it's really, really important to check in and ask and not necessarily just assume.
Exactly. I think this one is kind of a tough one, and it could just be me, but if somebody were to ask me, like, what can I do? Well, how can I make up for it? I don't know. If you're like, let's think about if somebody like really hurt you, you're like, I don't know. I don't know what you can do. Why don't you figure that out? So this one, I feel like, because you have to think, like, you have all these love language apologies and they're all written out nicely and everything like that, but these situations can get dirty.
Yeah.
Some dirty situations, it can get nasty. You're having an argument, which is why we always recommend having these conversations once you calm down and you can kind of sit and talk, but the feelings might still be really high. So
absolutely,
it's a tough question to ask somebody, what can I do? Even though at the same time, I do think it's a good gesture to ask.
You're absolutely right, Erica. It can definitely go left real quick. So it's also important, I guess, part of this is taking this quiz to figure out which one is going to be best. Also see the other side of this, where if somebody, this was their primary apology language, they could be like, oh, well, if you do this for me, it'll be fine. Or if you buy me this, or if you watch this movie with me, it'll be fine. I think kind of like we were talking about before, it really does go back into the love languages. Like, how am I going to feel better? How will I feel loved again?
Exactly.
Comes from this one.
And I think it's really important to note, this is about improving your relationship. Whether this form of apology works or not, you can learn.
Yes.
It's not about, oh, I'm whipped, or, oh, I'm wrong, and now I have to do this and that, and I don't want to give. It's not about that. It's about having good communication, having that reconciliation, and improving your relationship. That's what it's about. And if you really care about that person and having a healthy relationship, then you will learn the art of apology, and that goes for both ways. It's not just, I have to apologize, but also when somebody apologizes to you, I'm quite sure you want a sincere apology when you feel hurt. And also keeping in mind that just because that thing might not hurt you or affect you doesn't mean it doesn't hold weight for that other person. So keeping that in mind too. It's not about whether you think an apology is owed or not. It's about that person you care about. They think it's an apology that's owed.
Erica, you just made me think of this one quote, like, would you rather be right in your relationship or would you rather not have a relationship? It's kind of like sometimes it's really, really important to evaluate what's important. What is your priority? Is it to win every argument? And if that's the case, should you really be in a relationship? Relationships are about communication and sacrifice and compromise and all these things. Obviously, not one side shouldn't be doing it more than the other, obviously, but this is a big, big part. And I think this is why apology becomes so hard, is because our egos and our prides get in the way. And there has to be a balance between, I'm not going to let this person walk all over me, but on the other hand, we can work through this.
Exactly. And I think this goes, like we mentioned before, with all the different types of relationships, with your siblings, with your kids, with your parent, of course, your significant other. Like we mentioned before, any relationship that you deem important, you should always be asking the questions, how can we navigate through this? How can we move on from this? What's needed? What do I need to do? That's really what this one is about.
Absolutely. To even add on to that, when we're talking about relationship type, you can even use this in the workplace. Mm-hmm. It's relationships in general. When you have two people who have to work together in any capacity and you want to create a positive environment.
Exactly. And it's definitely not fun walking on eggshells around these people that you have to see pretty much every day, all day.
Absolutely.
It's much better to kind of just take one for the team and just, hey, let's talk about it.
It's also very exhausting to walk around holding all of this. And it's draining, and it does put a damper on the day or how you're feeling or how you interact with others when things like this are going on. It may not be appropriate to talk about it right then and there, but it's always appropriate to talk about it at some time to help mend things.
Exactly. On that note, we're going to end it there. And then next time, we're talking about apology language number 4.
Thank you so much for listening to HeartsChat today, where we speak from the heart. We hope that you enjoyed our show. Catch us weekly on our YouTube channel and our website, which is HeartsChat.org. Be sure to follow us on our social media pages at HeartsChat.
We'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions or topics that you would like for us to talk about, email us at contact@heartschat.org. And for all of your personal relationship questions, visit our website, heartschat.org. Click the From Erica's Heart tab to ask your question anonymously, and we will respond within 24 hours.